Hey, what's up? Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where I try to help kids fall in love with reading. Today, we are going to be talking about how I spent some money on books for my classroom library. Every year, my district so kindly gives us $250 every kindergarten through 5th grade classroom to spend on books for our classroom libraries, and we can use it to meet the needs of our readers. And I often, at different stages of my career, have spent the money differently at different times of the year. This year, I held on to the money until right now, which is about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through the school year. Probably should have spent it earlier, to be honest, but I kept thinking there'll be one more book. There'll be one more book. I need to wait till this book comes out, and I just overthought it. But now I have a wonderful stack of books, and I'm excited to tell you why I purchased these books, and also my thinking behind all of that. So I'll also put a list of all of the books that I purchased down in the description if you're interested in learning more about them. So first thing, I have a bunch of nonfiction books here. I don't know about you, but my readers don't always read as much nonfiction as I would love to see. So I wanted to make sure that they have lots and lots of nonfiction around them so that maybe they can find some nonfiction that they love. So starting off with Bear Grylls. So I had no idea who this guy was at the beginning of the year. Apparently he has a not YouTube, he's like on a bunch of like survival shows, and the kids are obsessed with him, a bunch of them. A bunch of my Gary Paulson readers are obsessed with him. They're always talking about him, and we found some books. He actually wrote like an early chapter book series that one of my students brought in. He got some of those books when he was younger, and so we looked up other Bear Grylls books, and this is a 10-book survival handbook. So I have shelter building, hiking, tracking, dangerous animals, first aid, all kinds of fun things. Just pause the video if you want to see the different topics there. So I kind of wanted to just buy one or two, but I think all I could really find was the pack. So we have the pack. Hopefully they're great. The kids were super stoked when I told them that I showed them these books today. I told them getting ready to put them in the classroom library. So shelter building, very exciting. And then I got a couple of the I Survived True Stories ones. I had these two, but I didn't have these two. And since my kids love I Survived books, I thought, hey, why not I Survived true stuff, nonfiction things. So hopefully these will be hits. I'm excited about that. I have the other books in this series. I just got the new one, the giant snail one, but I realized I didn't have Gross as a Snot Otter, this Jess Keating book. I'm gonna put all of these in their own basket. You can see the bins behind me. I'm gonna give Jess Keating her own bin and put all of these in there so the kids can easily find them, because this is a wildly popular series. I should show you inside. Maybe you don't know this series. Pink is up for Blobfish. There's all kinds of great ones. Gross as a Dumpy Tree Frog. Isn't it so fun? Oh, it's just such a beautifully designed nonfiction book. Gross as a you don't need to see that. Anyways, Gross as a Snot Otter, excited for that. And then to round out the nonfiction, when Steve Jenkins passed away earlier this year, we watched some videos that he had on his website, and we read all of his books in our school library. And then I requested a bunch of books from our public library about Steve, and my kids quickly fell in love with his work. And so he's also going to get a basket in here. We're going to take the Steve Jenkins books we have, which are in different nonfiction sections in our library, and then add all of these Steve Jenkins books. So I'll share with you what I have here. I love these infographic ones. So there's Trickiest, 19 Sneaky Animals, Earth by the Numbers, Insects by the Numbers. Really, really cool. Kids love these. This is cool. This is the one, when I book talk this one, the deadliest insects in the world and how many people they kill each year. Mosquito, 1 million, malaria. But even like fire ant, 30 people. Really interesting. And then Extreme Animals, deadliest. And then another infographic one, the solar system. So those are really fun. I love this one. Just a second. So a couple pages of like what happens in a second in nature, what happens in a minute, an hour, a year. Really, really cool. Kids love Steve Jenkins. And then Eye to Eye. You did get a couple hardcovers. Different How Animals See the World. Looks at these animals. And then Animals by the Numbers. I just loved all his infographic work, and this is a much bigger one. You can just see it. Kids just love this kind of stuff. So a lot of Steve Jenkins books. Very exciting. I have a bunch of students, the most I've ever had in my entire teaching career, playing softball this year. So I just knew I needed to get another copy of Nick Stone's Fast Pitch. I have a feeling this is going to be a super hot book in my classroom very, very soon. It's a wonderful book if you haven't read it. I think I did a book talk on this, on this channel. Really good. Nick Stone's Fast Pitch, really fun book. A mystery going on in there. One for the Murphys by Linda Mullally Hunt. I read aloud, Fish in a Tree. They loved it. I cried a lot. And this one, I've read this one aloud before, and it's so good. So they're really excited for this one. I gave them a little book talk on it and got a line of kids reading it. And then just thinking about that, I think, well, if they like One for the Murphys, I bet they would also like From the Desk of Zoe Washington. I really love this book, and I thought I had a copy, and I went to Book Talk it, and I couldn't find it. So I just bought another one. I love this book. It's such an easy book to book talk too, right? Like, this girl on her 12th birthday, she comes home, she finds a letter in the mailbox. It's from her father, who's in prison, who's just heard from in a while. Oh, so good, so good. Next up, earlier this year, we also read Sharon Draper's Out of My Mind. I recently bought Out of My Heart, and then now I've needed another copy of Blended. I need to book talk this one this week. Maybe this will be our first chapter Friday this week. I love this book really well, really. I love this book a lot. It's really great. So really excited to share that one with them. Amari and the Knight Brothers. I didn't have a copy in my classroom. I think I gave away the copy I had to a middle school teacher in my district. I'm like, my former kids need this. But I have some readers who I definitely think are at a point now where this might be the perfect book for them. Next up, Bear Grylls. He also has a series for like middle grade readers. And this is Tracks of the Tiger. My biggest Bear Grylls fan. We sat down and we looked at all of the different ones. And it doesn't look like you have to read them in order. So this is the 4th book, and we said we would buy one and then from there make the decision as to whether or not we needed some of these other ones. Bear Grylls. He's gonna have to get his own basket. All right, next up, you probably read or seen, or maybe not, you've seen the Click graphic novel, right? Well, we got this, I don't even know if there's 4 or 5. So I bought these 3. I used to have this one, or I might still have this one. I didn't have this one, and then this is the one that came out, I think in November maybe, or October, sometime last year. I'm gonna take this one home first because my daughter is gonna want to read it. She loves that series. Tale Dark and Grim, I have one reader, like there's one reader in particular. I just know she's gonna love this book, so I had to get it. I read the introduction today, and she was just like, please let me read it first. So fun. And How to Steal a Dog. Look at this new How to Steal a Dog cover. I had the oldest copy, not the oldest, but I had this ratty, falling apart copy that finally had to be retired. How to Steal a Dog, Barbara O'Connor. We're currently reading, it's right over there, Greetings from Nowhere. And it's wonderful. So as soon as we finish that, we gotta have this to put into their hands. They love Wish. And then last one, the graphic novel that I'm most excited about in years, maybe? The Aquanaut, Dan Santat. I read the back to them today. Seriously. His graphic novel Sidekicks, if you haven't read it, is still year after year after year one of the most popular graphic novels in my class. So those are the books that I bought for my students. Thank you, district, for providing us with these funds. It's a good start, but I need to find ways to buy more books because there's just always more books you want to buy. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. Hope you have an awesome-tastic day.